Well, boys, we're back with another video, and it's actually been kind of a lucky day. As you can probably tell, I'm still a little under the weather, fighting off a head cold, and we are still in Bloodfalls, working on finishing up Parsing Quest while continuing to advance our hunter achievement. And next up on the list happens to be Coagulus. Took me a bit to figure out the best camp for this guy. Here's our zone in with Frank. You've got this roamer over here to the east. You've got one to the north. I don't bother with this one on this long blood river kind of to the middle, and I certainly do not mess with this one over here. There's undead, so it's a pain. Let me run you over here, show you the camp that's really not what you want to do. Maybe if you're in a group setting it might be fine, but for us, not worth the headache. So there's part of one of the Parsing Quest NPCs, Tippy Winters. Here's that double undead camp, Lady Constance and Nicholas the whatever. If you run along this river on the north, here is one of the, I think it's Crewer placeholders. And then you'll come in here and see a vicious bloodbag. You've got it's not a bad camp, but occasionally, even in the water, there's an ad. There's another bloodbag, and I don't see him at the moment, but there's basically a roamer that can interfere. And you know, the last thing we need is to deal with multiple mobs when we're fighting in the water, just with all the crap that comes with that. So what I recommend for the Coagulus camp is, here's our zone in, and you want to head over to this camp to the east. And I've shown you probably in previous videos, you run to the east, here's one of the vampire pits, and there's another vampire pit, and just in this whole blood lake there is a placeholder which is a vicious bloodbag's corpse, and as you clear him out, eventually Coagulus will show. There's a lot of safe areas to fight this mob, or we do have this one tick, but we'll just fight him over here. What I will do is, I think we're fine here, pull out, so I took a death, being lazy basically, and my jobbers are not buffed, guild hall buffed. I'm going to pull out my other jobber that has conflagrant gear and TOL non-visibles and weapons, merc buff and pet power. I'm going to pull him out and we're going to engage. No damage shield, no major buffs. It's not going to be impossible, but we will want to make sure that jobber doesn't drop too far down low. We'll keep Aegeus shield and heals on him along with Seiri. Okay, Coagulus is over there. I'm going to get myself in position. This is where I'd like to fight him. Perhaps over here. Either one's really fine. Need to figure out where he went off to. It's not a big roaming cycle. Yeah, there he is. You can't tag them when you're on the land when they're in the blood, obviously. So we gotta wait just a little bit. Okay, he's gonna go down and to the left, more than likely, in the water, the blood. He didn't keep roaming. This should be okay. What I'm gonna do is bring out Jobber. Get magic wounds. Get wounds on. This time I will not make the same mistake as last with my burn situation. Perfect. Oh, okay. Not ideal. Let's just see what we can do here. There's wounds. There we go. We want to start with rogues. Oh no. Okay. We got to get him out. We got to get him out. And okay, now we're fine. You can't have your merc. Can't have your merc on the land while your pet is in the water. The heals will not work. Guys, we're back in business. Okay. Not a problem, just not perfect. We got everything going again. He's back to 100. We'll get our dots on. Keep an eye on wounds. When it starts to blink, we'll get our real burn going. Everything should be fine. Just had a little bit of a screw up there in the beginning. I need to swap wounds out as soon as I hit that. Okay, now we're done. Can't really make any mistakes. Let's see. Need to get our dots back on. DPS is not that hot, but we'll fix that soon. Looks like things are going along just fine. Don't see anything surprising. That blind was interesting. But once he's fully focused on Jobber, not on us, we won't have to deal with that. Make sure things are good. We've got a blink going, so it's time to start. We'll hit silent. We'll hit prep. We'll hit burn. We'll hit robes, and we'll get this going. Okay. Let's see how we do now. Proc didn't get us what we wanted, that's alright. Keep going. Try proc again. Still didn't get it. Not loving it. Okay, we got 9 double cast. Finally, there we go. Okay, guys. Maybe get a little damage moving now. See if we can get above 1 million. Took a little too long. Things are starting to click. I'm gonna go for one more. Hope for a proc. Didn't get it. I'll go with Big Pyre. We got 1 left. Gonna try for it. Didn't work. Alright, well now we're in that kind of no man's land of not really having burn going. Jobber definitely needs a little help. We'll be fine here in just a second. That's good. We'll use that to get another pyre on. I'll do 1 more heal. Great. Let's get these back on. We're basically out of everything. No real trouble. Pet power is definitely worn off, and because that has happened, we just keep an eye on Jobber. That's good. Having a proc is real nice. That's some big damage for us. We've managed to really turn things back around. DPS. I'm going to hit Blood Magic now to get it out of the way. Try for 1 more. Nice. The extinction, small, the other 2 fires, but we're down to 5%. So we're going to take this down the home stretch. Nothing to really worry about. The main concern is setting up your camp properly, And then I guess you'd say on your pool, make sure that you have both yourself, your healer merc, and your pet all in the same environment. Can't have anyone either in the blood, water, versus being on the land. That's your only major problem. I'm gonna hit pet power. So I've still got him ready to go on the next one. Boys, let's take a look at this loot as we continue to move on in Bloodfalls with the Hunter achievement. There's just 2 to go. That's a big kill. Nothing exciting here. Shield. Melee shield, so I can't really compare it to what I have, but 460 and 9,000. I'm gonna guess those are decent. I really don't know. Guys, I think in the beginning of this video I walked through what you need to do, so I'm not going to go through that again. Make sure you fight him over here on this sort of east side. There's a lot of areas that you can fight where you won't get the ad ticks. The only thing to focus on, again, make sure you're not separated, kind of, if you will, from your merc, so the heals land on your pet. Otherwise, you gotta back off your pet, get everybody on the same environment, and re-engage. And that's pretty much why that DPS wasn't as hot as it could have been. But boys, that's it. The next 2 are difficult. I was fortunate that when I took down the Sentient, the rogue one, I did it, I think it was right there, and it's basically a solo. That was my first, I think it was the first kill in Bloodfalls, so go back and watch that video. The other 2 that are still up, Retainer and the other weird alien, Plizin, they are very congested camps. There are a lot of mobs in these camps, so I'm gonna have to work on some root punts, some quick kills. It's definitely going to be one of the harder parts of getting this Hunter achievement, but we will get it done. There's nothing that a solo 120 Necromancer cannot do, as I think I have proven many times. Boys, hope this video helps you guys with your camp, and I will see you in the next one.